Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Olga and I'm a sketchbook artist. And in today's video I want to share with you my gouache palette and tell you a little bit more about my gouache journey. This is one of the most requested topics on my Instagram because people like my palette, and this is the post where I shared my palette with the list of colors. It's the most saved post. So today I will tell you about this palette, how it was born, and why I chose these colors. And also I haven't sketched my morning doodles today. I'm going to sketch it together with you. You will have a chance to see it in real time. How much time does it take me to sketch it, what is the process, and what I'm thinking about when I'm choosing the subject to sketch. Let's put it aside, and first I will show you my collection of the gouache. So these colors are just a part of what I have. I have a bigger collection, not as big as my watercolor collection. Maybe one day I will show you everything I have in watercolor, because it's a huge box. I first bought winsor&newton Spectrum Colors set. So it was yellow, red, blue, violet, green, white and black set. And I sketched just with these primary colors, because that's what I was taught many years ago. It's the traditional way of using opaque medium, where you mix colors from mostly primaries. I actually have a folder from 20 years ago, which I still keep, and I brought it with me when I moved to United States. I attended a course 20 years ago, or even more, where we discovered these different styles of traditional paintings. So here are some examples made in pencil. Some sketches I made in class, some sketches I made at home, so you can see the difference probably. Some of them are more loose, like this one was made in class and this one I made at home. And most of them were made with the gouache, because this is the paintings which traditionally were used on the wooden things, like wooden dishes or wooden toys. And you see here it's the babushka doll or matryoshka. And we learned about all these different types of traditional paintings. So here is just the face of this matryoshka doll, also made with the gouache. And for that way, of course, used the spectrum colors, mixing them together to get different shades. But most of the colors were just clear: red, yellow, green, black and white. So this is my final assignment. So I needed to show all different types of the paintings. I will just show you quickly. This is babushka doll on both sides. And then for a short period of time I actually worked as an artist, decorating these wooden dolls and boxes. So here's one of the sketches which I made to decorate, I think, small round box. These are pictures from some Russian fairy tales. And then I took another course. It was landscape painting, also made with gouache and a little bit of watercolor. It's very simple because also it's the style which we use on the smaller boxes, so we need just to understand how the landscape works, and then it becomes very small. So some buildings from my city. So these sketches I made more than 20 years ago. That's it. And then for many years I didn't touch the gouache at all, but a few years ago I decided that I want to try drawing on wood again, and I bought the set of just regular colors. I actually have the list of these colors, I can show you. Yeah. So this is the set of the colors which I bought, and the color wheel I made just with these colors. This watch is the mixture of primary colors, so you can mix any muted color, any pale color, and just with this set of simple colors. But this year I discovered gouache again, and I first wanted to try mixed media with the gouache. I wanted to try how the pencil works on the gouache, and that's how my gouache journey started again. Let's take a look at some of my sketches which I made in the beginning. And this is actually pencils, colored pencils over the gouache. That was a very first sketch I made when I decided to try mixed media technique, and I really liked how gouache works. So I decided to make some more sketches, and that was my second one, and it's one of my favorite sketches which I made with the gouache in the beginning. So it's just simple cake and cup of coffee, and then were a few more sketches like this one and this. And this is gouache with colored pencils. Okay, that's it in this sketchbook. Then, as I said, I made a swatch here, and I bought two more colors. Because I decided that I need to try something else. I already had some collection of the interesting convenient colors, because for me sketching is something what I like to do very fast, or I don't want to spend too much time mixing my own colors. That's why I decided to buy some convenient colors which I don't need to mix, but instead I can just find colors which works well together and use them. So this was the set of two colors, lime and evergreen, and I made this picture using these two colors just to test them. And I was so impressed by the gouache that I made a few more sketches. What I didn't like, that after I finish painting, I have so many leftover paint which dries on my palette. So first I did the following. I just used leftovers and put it on the next page. So you can see here I have lots of greens, and the background of this painting was all green because it was made with the leftovers from the palette. And my next picture I made on that background. This is the picture made from the photo I took on my evening walk, and I saw this green sky, and I decided that it will be just perfect to draw on that green background. And then, as you can guess, my next background will be some brownish. Okay, and here it is. And again, my next background will be pinkish oranges. So that was the color of the background. I'll skip the swatch. And the color of this background again was made using leftovers from this picture. And this is the swatch of my convenient colors. Okay, that's it. And at the time I already decided that I need to make a palette with the colors which I use the most, and it's okay if they dry, because anyway if I leave them on the palette they will eventually dry, and each time squeezing the fresh colors just waste of paints. So I bought this Art Toolkit palette. And I put some of my favorite colors here, and that's how this palette was born. At the same time I started my morning practice. You can watch the video where I explain what is my morning doodle practice and why I'm doing it. During my morning practice I started using gouache not in its regular way, but more like watercolor, because it's now in this box where it dries, and I can put a little bit more water and wait till it's soft, and then I can use it very opaque, or I can use it just like watercolor. But compared to watercolor it requires less liquid. That's why sometimes I like it more on the thinner paper like this one. This is Art Creation sketchbook. Here are all the sketches made with the gouache. I'll just show it quickly. Not this one. This one is ink, but this one. My window view. So these are all part of my morning doodle practice. You can tell because of the number. I'm sketching some simple things which I see on my desk. This is also my morning practice. This one. All the sketches are made with the gouache, even though it looks like watercolor. Okay, I think that's it. And another one recently finished morning doodle sketchbook. It's actually a sketchbook for for colored pencils, but it's very good for gouache, even for this wet technique. I can show you some simple objects. I just choose some object which I have on my desk and quickly sketch it. It usually takes me 5-10 minutes, 15 maximum if I draw something more complicated. You will see. For example, this paper cup I sketch a lot, and that's what I'm going to sketch today. This is my window view. Flowers. Again, the same glass of water. I also sketch it very often. Again, this cup. My art tools. So whatever I can see. This house plant I also sketch very often. Again, this paper cup. And then I went to Boston and I also took with me this sketchbook to keep practicing my morning doodles. This is the sketch I made from my hotel window. This is again my window view from the hotel. Some paper cup, window view, and one more window view. And again the same paper cup. I try not to overthink this practice. I just use it to warm up. And That's it. That's pencil sketchbook after all. Okay, now it's time to today's sketch. I started this small art creation sketchbook. I already completed 1 week in this sketchbook. So we don't have enough space here. Again, the same plant. My window view. And today is day 197. I'm going to fix that. As I said, it's very quick practice, just to warm up. I try not to overthink it. I draw something very simple. So today I'm going to draw my paper cup again. Put it here. Actually put it somewhere else because I like to just have it on the distance. It's easier to see. And I need some simple brush. I can wet my paints in advance. I forgot to do it. As you noticed, I don't have black color, black or dark brown. I usually mix this dark blue and dark brown. It's not dark brown, it's bark brown, but it gives me almost black, and this black is not just dull black but actually with some variations and some, if you mix it, it can be warmer or cooler but will look like black. Sometimes I mix it right on the paper. Okay. So the simple form. And for the cup I usually use different colors, so sometimes I use this gray, sometimes I use this lime color. It depends on my mood. Sometimes I mix it. Also, I usually do it standing. Now I'm sitting. Probably I need to stand to see it better. Okay, it's a bit better. I have this light logo. I will use just gray, light gray. And some letters, it doesn't matter. I also like to use my pencil, my Inktense pencil. For this practice I sometimes use my Inktense pencils, just to add some lines of interest. So that's it. And also, that's a helicopter. Also, I like to add some interesting color just to show some spots in the background, to separate the cup. It's the practice where I warm up and I want to move my hand a little bit. So it's not about the perfection, it's just to practice. Okay, I think it's enough. Now you could see in real time how I do my morning doodles. And this is 9197 out of 365. July 13th today, 2025. I can show you a little bit more of my palette and some of my favorite sketches. This is the sketchbook which I started when I made this palette. That's why most of the pictures here made with the same gouache set. When you complete the whole sketchbook with the same color palette, it looks interesting. You can try it. But not all the pictures here are made with this gouache. So here I added some red color. So let's talk about this set of colors a little bit more. I named this set Terra Verde, even though it's just one actual green, but these grays also look a little bit greenish, and other colors have this natural earthy shades. So I think Terra Verde is the nice name for this gouache. Most of my colors are Holbein because they have the most interesting, convenient colors. They also have primary colors, but I like their convenient colors. For winsor&newton gouache, I noticed that most of their colors are very bright. So that's why I have just 2 winsor&newton colors in my palette. The rest are just Holbein. So the first one is the Amber Holbein, then Naples Yellow Italian Holbein. This is Pale Coral, it's from their Japanese set. Burnt Sienna, this is Bark Brown, and it's the only color which granulates. When you mix it with other colors, it gives very interesting granulation. Then this is White, Zinc White, actually also by winsor&newton. I just use it to make other colors a bit lighter. You know, you have 2 different types of gouache. One is zinc, one is titanium white. I have these 2 whites. This one is zinc, this one is titanium. Titanium is more opaque. So zinc you use to lighten color a little bit, and titanium white you use just to cover any other color. So this is zinc white. This is, I don't know how to read it, Rikyu gray. Rikyu gray. This is green one. This is Rikyu gray. It's more greenish and warm gray. This is ash green. It almost look like this evergreen, but a little bit darker. But if you add white in it, it will be completely the same. Actually, if you mix Rikyu gray and this light blue, it's called primary blue, they will also give the same color. So if you have less space in your palette, you can choose just this one or just these two if you also have white. This is one of my favorite blues. It's black blue. And this was an empty spot. Later, as you can see, I separated these two colors. I put them into bigger palettes because first I didn't know if I'm going to use them. That's why I made just small pens, but with time I decided that I can make them bigger because I haven't figured out which other color I might need, so I don't need to reserve any empty spot. So I made these two bigger. These are two colors. It's called Sui Gouache. It's Korean brand. It's actually one person who makes this gouache. I bought it on Amazon in a set of two, but she also has palettes with more colors, and I like the colors as well. So lime and evergreen, pine tree green, also Holbein, and these two are winsor&newton. It's primary blue and spectrum violet. Violet I usually mix with umber. Violet and umber gives us some brownish colors. Violet plus burnt sienna give also different shades of brown. This is Naples yellow and violet also to get some earthy tones. Umber and violet gives the variety of these dried leaf colors. So that's also test page. I just sketched something to test how these two colors mix together. But that's what I mostly use the violet for. I also use it to mix with green to get almost black, and that's it. And sometimes I mix it a little bit to the blue to get more like ultramarine blue. I can show you some of my sketches which I made with this palette. This is test page. This is also gouache. You see how transparent it might look if you wish, and also you can put it very opaque. This one from the same palette, I used it in traditional technique, and here I made this watercolor effect to show the shadows, but all these trees and the background are very opaque. This is also very opaque. This is not gouache. This is very transparent and opaque. So even if it looks completely dried, it can be easily dissolved with water. This is also gouache. That's the bark brown which I'm talking about. It gives this granulation. In mixture with some purple, it looks like this, but also with the granulation. This is gouache as well. So this black background is the mixture of dark blue and bark brown. So this is the same set. This is also my gouache. This is the mixture of Naples yellow and a little bit of bark brown. This is pale pink with a little bit of burnt sienna. And this is gouache. The black one is again mixture of blue and dark brown. And very watercolor effect with the same gouache set. That's my window view. Let me know in the comments below, have you tried gouache? Would you like to try it after my video? Do you like my set of colors? Would you recommend me to add anything in this palette? I'm very excited to share it with you, and thank you for watching. See you in the next videos. Bye!